the suburb of Hayes in West London, venue for the 3rd European Transplant Games. Over 250 competitors from 11 European countries arrive on site for the start of the event. For the next 3 days, they'll compete in a wide variety of sporting activities, the majority of which will take place in and around Hayes Stadium. As they enter the stadium for the opening ceremony, it's hard to imagine that they've all at one time been very ill and in need of a heart transplant. The competitive spirit is very strong as those taking part assemble on the track. For some, it's a chance to meet old friends, whilst for others, it's their first opportunity to compete on an equal level with fellow heart transplants. On hand to open the games, Member of Parliament for Hayes and Harlington, Terry Dix.
The people of Hayes are proud to have you here, and they're proud to be organising this event here in our constituency. I hope the games are a success. Judging by the look of you, it's going to be a hectic time. I shall stay for a little while, and I've decided to award a House of Commons watch to the best male performance and the best female performance of the games. Thank you very much, and I declare the games open.
The number of competitors from each country varies. The French team is the largest with 67, whilst the British team has 65. The lone Icelandic competitor, Halldór Halldórsson, has made the longest journey to the Games, but he's no stranger to the area, having received his transplant at nearby Harefield Hospital. As the opening ceremony draws to a close, there's a chance for 15-year-old Pippa Langston to reflect on the past and look forward to the challenging events ahead.
I'm 15. I had a transplant last June at Harefield Hospital, which is absolutely brilliant. And it was because I had cystic fibrosis. I had heart-lung rather than just a heart transplant. And it's really been a success. And today I'm doing table tennis. Tomorrow I've got the long jump and the 50-metre sprint and the 100-metre sprint. Don't know what I'm going to do well in, but I'm just here for the fun of it.
At this end, yes.
Prior to the main event, those who enjoy the leisurely game of golf teed off for a round at nearby Ruislip. This event, the first of the Games, was won by Ronald Stockbridge from the Papworth contingent of the British team. To Hayes Pool and the swimming, with a quarter of all the competitors taking part. As with all the events, the judging is being performed by qualified referees, who are taking the job as seriously as with any other major sporting event, ensuring the smooth running of the games and minimum confusion over the rules and results. The first medals of the Games are awarded following heats in all the usual swimming strokes. As with most of the events, there are different age categories to give everyone a fair chance of winning. Whilst the swimming has been taking place, those who stayed at the stadium, including Chris Hanna, were busy competing in the table tennis.
I had a heart transplant at the Brompton Hospital 4.5 years ago, and then I've been looked after by Harefield Hospital ever since then. I just come back from the British Transplant Games in Glasgow a few weeks ago, and I won the silver medal in the walk there, so I hope I've got a good chance of a medal here. It'd be nice to be able to do that anyway.
Friday afternoon, and with the clock stuck firmly at 9, at nearby Rosedale Park, a game of bowls in the late summer sunshine. Competing in his first event of the Games is Derek Morris, the longest surviving heart transplant in Europe.
I had my transplant 11.5 years ago and fit and well, and it's great to be along here today to compete in the European Games. I was hoping to go in for the cycling, but unfortunately I didn't bring my bike with me.
My name's Lewis Sander, and I had my transplant 11 months ago. A lot less time than Derek, but I'm fit and well. 12 months ago I could walk about 70 yards, and that was it. I was completely shattered and out of breath, and to see what I can do now, I walk 2 miles a day and I'm back at work and feel wonderful, and it's great to be with all these sort of people.
I was pretty an invalid. I just had a matter of months, perhaps weeks to live, and this medical operation came along, and it's absolutely fantastic. I think I've been very, very fortunate over the past 11 years because my life has altered tremendously. I'm able to go on holidays, and I've taken part in various transplant games, and it's a delight to be along here today because I thought I would never make it to... Well, I think I'm fitter now than I was 30 years ago.
Back at the track the next morning, and some of the youngsters show that having a heart transplant is no handicap in their lives as they approach the 12-second barrier in the 100-metre sprint. There's also plenty of activity on the field, as the same amount of enthusiasm is applied to the long jump.
Good job. Yeah.
One thing that these games emphasise is the need to remain active following a heart transplant. Whilst not everyone is keen on sport, it's important to follow some form of exercise programme in order to maintain a healthy heart. This should be taken as a lesson for us all, whether or not we've had heart surgery. From the stadium to Brunel University and the cycling, as seen by Stephen Sayer.
I should take part in this bike ride this afternoon. I don't know whether I should win any medals. I'm not the fastest thing on two wheels, but it's being here to be able to do it that's the main thing. It's just being with other people who've had the same problems as yourself, and you know that you sort of compete with them on equal terms. But, they all suffer the same aches and pains as you do, even if they don't say they do.
Following yesterday's very British sport of bowls, the cycling offers a chance for the French to excel in what must be one of their most popular sporting activities. Michel Chamberlain, who's led from the start, crosses the line way ahead of the pack to take the gold.
Les Suisses et les Français ne s'aiment pas beaucoup, mais on va s'embrasser quand même. Tu vois. Et tu sais, chez nous, ce qu'on fait,
il y en avait des bons, il y en avait des bons.
des verres, des verres.
Back at the stadium, the British volleyball team are on form as they take on a strong side from the Netherlands in the Volleyball Cup. A win for the British team in a closely fought final. Sunday morning and back to Rosedale Park for the tennis. For Geoffrey Finnegan, it's a welcome break from the responsibility of organising the event.
And my involvement as a committee member on the European Committee is to make sure that the sporting events take place and run smoothly, and of course all the international people arrive and enjoy themselves, because this is a fun affair as well as a sporting event time. I personally have been much more involved this time in the organisation. However, as a sportsman, I'd still like to carry on with my racket sports, table tennis, badminton and tennis, and have fun like everybody else.
The 5-kilometre walk has one of the largest entries of the Games, with over 60 taking part. It's an opportunity for competitors of all ages to get involved, although in the hot sun they'll need a great deal of stamina.
Done very well.
As long as you can make the course, that's the main thing.
That's right.
Doing things that you couldn't do before, isn't it?
Well done, Derek.
That's the idea.
Thank you, Carl.
That is the idea.
Yes.
How would you think? Could you have done that without that?
Good. I couldn't get out of bed without that.
On hand to help out with any aches and pains is Anne Percival, a physiotherapist from Harefield Hospital.
We're beginning to call this an international language. I've only the one injury in the volleyball yesterday. That was the only injury that we actually had. But we've had mainly tight calf muscles and tight quads. All sorts of tight muscles, especially before the events. And we've treated a couple of elbows. So we've had a good variety.
Back on the field, and Carl Whittaker shows that he's no pushover when it comes to the shot put.
11 metres 50.
Avec élan. Jusqu'au bout de bois. Ouais.
4 metres 48.
The competition for medal placings hots up as the finals of the track events begin. Craig Lloyd shows his winning form in the 100 metres men's junior final. Taking time out from the long jump to give his thoughts on the games, Robert Paxton.
I had my transplant at the Freeman Hospital in Castletown. It changed my life completely. I did I'm team captain of the British team, and I tried to get the best out of them. You don't have to be a winner. It's competing. You do your best. That's the thing. The great thing I get out of it is seeing the competitors competing together. Not the great athletes. It's the ones who have started to exercise. This is the great thing. After a heart transplant, exercise is of great importance. And you get the chance of going to these games. It's to win, everyone's a winner. Whether they come in last, they've achieved a personal best.
I had my transplant done on the 26th of April 1987, which is just over 4.5 years ago, at Harefield Hospital by Professor Yacoub. For these weekends I've done the volleyball, which the Great Britain team I was in won the gold. I also did the high jump, where I won the gold, the 50 metre sprint and the 100 metre sprint, in which I got 2 bronzes. I've just done a 400 metres and I got gold in that. And I'm now about to do a 4 by 50 metres relay and a 4 by 100 metres.
And we catch up with Alex Walker in the second of those relays as he runs the final leg. A win for Britain and another medal for Alex's collection.
A. Walker, Grande-Bretagne. I. Lewis-Jones, Grande-Bretagne. Et enfin dans la catégorie vétérans messieurs, D. Roland, Grande-Bretagne.
The medal ceremony provides a chance for the competitors to receive some well-deserved praise from the many spectators that have been kept entertained during the events.
Championships, I did the table tennis and won the bronze medal in the junior section. Today I won the gold medal in the junior long jump for ladies. I also won the 50 metres bronze medal and 100 metres bronze medal, but I was in with the ladies rather than the juniors, so I was really pleased with that.
With the sun beginning to set over Hayes Stadium, all of the competitors take part in the closing ceremony. One final circuit of the track with their teammates and friends from across Europe. For those watching, it's a reminder of the success of the heart transplant programme, and of course the importance for us all to carry a donor card. The final word must go to Chairman and Chief Organiser of the event, Ken Pinfield.
Everybody I've spoken to seems to have had a superb time. The weather's been good, the people that's catered for us have been superb, the staff here have been absolutely marvellous down at the track, at the swimming pool, at the bowls and tennis. Everything has turned out, I suppose, better than I thought they was. And I'm sure that a lot of people are going to go home feeling very pleased with England. They made another year of good friends, and I'm very delighted. I really am. A lot better than I thought it would.
It's been marvellous, Dad.
Oh, thank you, sir.